Alright, YouTubers. Alright, so today I'm going to do kind of a little stump side EDC thing. Um, I've kind of decided in my little YouTube thing here these days that I'm only going to do videos when it's really pertinent, or I actually have something to do. I'm not just going to do them for the sake of doing them. So this EDC, doing it for a couple of reasons, and one is just to show these items that I've had for quite a while now, and that I absolutely believe work and are just, for me, there is no better system. It does change some here and there, but for the most part, this is what I carry to work every day, um, and have carried now for almost 2 years, minus some of this little stuff. But just in case anybody doesn't know what any of this stuff is, I'm going to go over it real quick. Um, Handkerchief, obvious. It's of Casio Commando G-Zone phone. It's waterproof, shockproof, all this stuff. It's okay, but I don't love it. It's the interface isn't as good as my old one, and the voice command is absolutely garbage. It literally will not work in a diesel truck. Stupid. Anyways, so that's the biggest problem I have with that phone. Otherwise, it's fine, and I'm glad I have it because it is waterproof and shockproof. And I did kill my other phone by going swimming with it. So, anyways, a little Streamlight. Extremely happy with this. I use it constantly. I use Ellipse in it, and I do change the batteries out pretty often. The only thing that I don't like about it is I assume this is glass, and it does get almost instantly does it get foggy, but doesn't seem to affect anything. It works fine for me. I'm usually checking VIN numbers and signatures and paperwork stuff at night, and then I put it in my mouth as I'm loading cars, the tow truck thing. And but yeah, it works great. I just don't. I got my wife a little Phoenix. Can't remember what it is. The little one, AAA twist. It's got higher lumens in this, but it is a twist bottom, and I just like this better. I might try a pre-on with a clicky, but I don't know. I really don't need to change it. I might do it just for the sake of changing. Good old Fisher pen. Man, I don't know if you can see how worn out this thing is, but I've carried this for years now. This exact one. I bought a secondary backup one a while back, and I lost it within a couple of days. But then I figured, well, if I don't lose it, I don't need a backup. So this thing is just phenomenal. I love it. For me, it's really important. I use it in the rain and in the cold, and then I write and at odd angles sometimes. So it's really good. Carmex in the tube. I don't know why, but this seems to work the best for me. Like chapstick tubes, it always seems to purge out the end. Just a mess. Anyway, simple thing for me, especially right now. Seasons are changing, and it's really important now. Maxpedition wallet. Can't even remember what it's called. It's a small one. Works perfect for me. Just a little bit of cash, a couple of cards in it, license, that kind of stuff. But perfect. I keep it in my front pocket. Let's see here, Leatherman Squirt. I do really like this. I do, however, miss the little, I guess where the scissors are on this, there's a little punch and a little screwdriver. And I find that I really miss those things. The little punch I used to use to take little plastic tabs off of cars, because it was a smooth transition. It wasn't super sharp, so I never nicked anything. I miss that a lot. Can opener. I keep cans of soup at work, and I'm often glad that I have this thing because I use it quite a bit. To open cans. Pea lighter. I've been really happy with this. This is one of the cheaper ones. This is not the County Com one. This is just one of the cheap ones I got off of eBay or something like that, just to see if it worked. I've been carrying it in my pocket. It lights all the time. I would say it lasts a good few weeks of fuel in there. Yeah, I've had no problem. Every time I pulled it out, it works. Every once in a while, I think about it and I throw fluid in it. Little County Com pry bar. I got this kind of to keep from using my knife as a pry bar, and find that I just don't use it that often. Yeah, I just don't use it as much as I thought I would. Little tiny keychain Streamlight. Very rarely use it, and more often than not, when I turn it on, the battery's dead because you have to twist it out to make it come on. It seems to do that in the pocket pretty frequently. I wish it worked the other way around, where you had to twist it closed to make it work. Oh, wait, do I have that backwards? Anyways, if anybody carries one of these, you probably know what I'm talking about. But I've carried it for a long time, and when it works, it's good. Bright and Rain notebook under here, man, I've had this. This is probably going on 4 or 5 years maybe now that I've had this. And it's just now full. I still have a couple empty pages, so I'm still holding on to it. And I don't use it as much as I used to because I carry secondary pad in the tow truck when I'm writing outside. So I don't use it as much, but I absolutely couldn't live without having it. Spyderco Endura with the serrated edge. I definitely believe in the serrated edge for an absolute beater utility knife, because when I need a sharp edge, it's always there when I actually have to cut something, as opposed to this edge, which gets dull. Just, I mean, I dig in the dirt with it. It's an absolute beater. But anyway, so that's kind of my update on things as far as these items that I've carried for a long time, and I absolutely trust that they function. But anyway, so there's that, and then I'm going to show you kind of what I carry when I'm not at work, and what's kind of different. So, alright, hold on. Alright, so obviously not much different here. Really the only change now between work and, when I'm not at work, I guess, is I got a brand new Rite in the Rain that I carried, for writing out stuff as I'm out and about. It's one of the few times I'm really a practical guy when it comes to stuff. I don't really buy stuff because I think it's neat or colorful or whatever. But I gotta admit, this is the first time I saw something and I thought, man, I just really gotta have that. For a long time I carried a Tenacious, finally broke the tip on it, just abusing it. There was nothing wrong, it wasn't a knife's fault. And I loved that knife. I thought it was, and even now when I carry other knives, even between the Endura and I've got a Benchmade and stuff like that, the Tenacious is just absolutely my favorite knife to carry. My old one had a serrated blade on it and was just my beater. So when I saw this OD Green one, like I say, it's one of the few times I've ever said, I gotta have that. I went out and almost instantly bought it, and am very happy with it. I actually, it has gotten a couple little tiny spots of rust on it, but it's really my fault from not properly cleaning it before I put it away. I use this cooking quite a bit, so. And then kind of on the same note is a green Fisher pen. I bought a backup Fisher pen, and I dropped it in a truck, or I don't know, man. I lost it anyways. So kind of the same thing. When I saw them, when I looked into it, I thought, well, once this gets down to a certain price, I'll get it. And it's the emerald green one. Man, I'll tell you what, I'd love to see an OD green Fisher Space pen. It would come back to me buying something just out of the sake of, because it was cool colored. But yeah, that's really it. That's the only thing that changes when I, go from work to home. So there you go. There's my little EDC update for the day. Anyways, get outdoors, make your own food.